John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m. You can start.
Good afternoon. This is John Beverly from the Cumberland Village, the businessman with a social conscience. I was just thinking over the holiday as things went on, and I began to see different businesses and how unfortunate, along with the Black Friday sales, and it was just a lot of things we wasn't able to do ourselves. So once again, just thinking about how we could work together and collaborate with one another. Here at the village, we believe in one brick, one building, one block at a time. And we definitely believe in working with each other, supporting one another. And I began to think and realize that a lot of times, unfortunately, we don't have uh, people to push us or to encourage us to do business. But believe it or not, I remember when I was in the second grade in Mississippi, there was a lady that sold candy out of her house, pops, chips, candy, and little juices and stuff. And I always wanted to do what she was doing. And when I would get out of school, I would go by there and I begged that lady for a job. And finally, one day, she decided to take a chance on me. And that's the problem. A lot of us don't take chances on one another. She began to teach me how to sell, how to stock, how to manage and run the business, how to add better and subtract and be a little bit better at what I was doing. And right now, today, from the experience that I had with her, it took me a long ways. And just thinking about that, like I say, often I mention about how we don't work with one another. And sometimes when we work with others, they have a tendency to, I hate to say it like that, but in a sense, backstab us. You try to help them, and once they get on their feet, they kind of forget where they come from. But I often tell people as well, if you're going up a ladder, and on your way up that ladder, you're going to pass some people, and some people are going to be on another ladder passing you. But if that ladder begins to squeak or crack and twitch, take the time out to fix it, because somebody else might be coming behind you. And then also, that same ladder you went up on, you might be coming back down. And the same thing for the bridges that you cross. Make sure that the bridges that help you get to the other side is always well maintained and taken care of, because there's a lot of other people that's coming behind you, and you never know. You might have to come back. My father told me that anybody that really wants something would put forth an effort to have something. And don't nobody see that dream but you. And if you really want something, he said, even if you didn't do anything but sell pop bottles, peanuts, he said, just stay and be consistent. Selling pop bottles, potato chips, or whatever. My mother, I remember when we was coming up, they called my mama the little hustler, Black Jew. She sold ice cream, Kool-Aid, cupcakes out the side door to help to maintain and help to support us. And we did pretty good at that. And that was another learning experience for me. But once again, like I often say, we have to learn how to work together. No matter how many times you fall, you get back up. Most important, you don't give up. You take the time out, reach out, and touch somebody. And here at the village, coming up this weekend, we're celebrating Martin Luther King Day with our village pizza. That's at the Cumberland Village. Cumberland Pizza is collaborating with It's Food Detroit Pizza. And that just goes to show that we can work with one another. As well, we'll be having one of our vendors selling smoothies, and one of our vendors as well, Sweet Sensation, sweet potato pie. And those are two different vendors that It's Food Detroit and Cumberland Village Culinary Arts. We're celebrating our first year celebration. This time last year, we started. And since that time, we've been reaching out and going out and selling pizza from different pizza outs and in, baskets, smoothies, pies, and teaching the kids that you just don't have to do for yourself, but you can work with other people as well. And those of you that's interested, that this coming Friday, the 15th, and Saturday, the 16th, I'm sorry, it's Saturday, the 15th, and Sunday, the 16th. And you can order online, www.vgnpza.com. That's www.vgnpza.com. You can order pre-orders online, but we're also doing walk-ins, and the address is 7701 Harper, Detroit, Michigan, from 11 o'clock to 7 p.m. That's Friday and Saturday. Don't forget, one building, one block, one brick, one building, one block at a time. Cooperation makes good business. Remember that. Cooperation makes good business. Thank you for speaking and listening to us here at the Cumberland Village, where we believe in each one reach one, each one teach one. And let's not forget, we're celebrating Martin Luther King's birthday Friday and Saturday, as well as Monday, and we're celebrating our 1 year anniversary. Saturday, January the 15th, and Sunday, January the 16th. In that order, you can order pizza www.vgnpza.com online, walk-ins, as well as pre-orders. The address 7701 Harper, Detroit, Michigan. Thanks for listening. Once again, this is John Beverly, the Candyman, a businessman with a conscience. Okay, don't forget to remember to save our babies. The culinary arts, we are teaching them how to cooperate and work with other businesses as well. We teach them one brick, one building, one block at a time. And right now we're teaching them how to make smoothies and sell those, as well as sweet potato pies, as well as the pizza. And our kids here at the Cumberland Village in our culinary arts, their age starts from 12 years old to 17. And believe me, they are some very inspired young kids. And we just want to work with them, and while they're interested. And we, like I say, we want to save our babies, because if we don't save them, no one else is going to save them. So just remember, each one reach one, each one teach one. Cooperation makes good business. And we want to be able to work with anyone and everyone. No creed or color. Black, blue, purple, brown, green, orange. We do not discriminate. So we just want to reach out and touch people, and each one reach one, each one teach one, and do the best that we can. And if anyone have anything to say about it, just know with all your heart, just regardless of what anybody say, you hear what they say, but ask them, what are you doing to make things any different, to make things any better for us? If you don't do it for yourself, won't nobody do it for you. You have to love yourself enough to do what you need to do for yourself. father used to always tell me, you may hurt me, but I'm not going to hurt myself. So I'm going to continue to reach. I'm going to continue to believe and trust that we all can work together. And we're not going to have the crab syndrome. If we're going to be crabs in a barrel, let's be the crab that's pushing one up. And once we get to the top, reach back and pull another and another and another. And watch God work in mysterious ways. I believe that we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. Once again, this is John Beverly, the Candy Man, a businessman with a social conscience. Each one reach one, each one teach one. Thank you for listening.
John Beverly, the Candy Man, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.
Friends, a ADI Actors and V-Mogul Actors Club presentation.
It seems like he's going to be attached to me. You said it.
Friends, a ADI Actors and V-Mogul Actors Club presentation.
An ADI virtual actor. Hey, check us out. Our second radio station, LICMC2 Radio. This is Willie Johnson. Looking forward to you listening to us. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to LICMC.net radio. Now listen to LICMC Radio 2. We have LICMC.net and LICMC Radio 2. You can access both by going to ldwcenterprise.weebly.com/radio. That's ldwcenterprise.weebly.com/radio. Listen to LICMC Radio and LICMC Radio 2. This is Mogul, modern outlook going upper levels, spotlighting our community and our youth. Be on the show. Connect with us at 419-245-4979. That's 419-245-4979. Or email londondoors@gmail.com.
John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.
Good afternoon, everyone. Season's greetings. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Once again, this is John Beverly over here on Harper Avenue at the Kimberline Village, a businessman with a conscience. I had a wonderful holiday and was just wondering and thinking, and how can I reach out to make this year coming a better year? And I thought maybe I would take a little time out and tell the story about my beginning. I started out working with my brother at a penny candy store and a t-shirt shop. And we began to wonder to try to figure out how to build the business. For one thing, people don't see the dream. Nobody see the dream but the dreamer. And most important, no matter how rough things get, don't ever give up. Keep pushing. You have to have a self-determination, a self-drive. You also have to be able to deny yourself a whole lot of times. It's going to come a time in your life when you're going to have to get to a crossroad and what we call sometimes make a pimp decision. And that decision, based upon the decision that you make, brings about the consequences. Sometimes there can be good consequences, sometimes there are bad consequences. And working with my brother, we began to try to figure out strategies. We didn't have a whole lot of money, but we were still trying to build a business. We was handed a blessing in disguise to operate a business. So what we did, I found myself, we didn't have the money to do like most people that was running a business. So I used to would go to the dollar store and buy 6 candy bars for $1. And I would get 4 or 5 different flavors. And what I would do is put them in the showcase and I'll sell them for 50 cents. And the next day I'll go and buy 6 to 9 more different ones. And I began to build on that. Yet, like I say, you have to deny yourself. And a lot of times you want to take the money and do something else with it. But like I say, you have to make that decision. Do I do this or do I do that? So it's what's in your best interest. If you're trying to build a business, your best interest is focusing on the business. Because if you take care of the business will take care of you as you begin, once you get down the road. And I often tell people pain, because my mother and father, those are that's my foundation. They always told me that I could do anything I wanted to do. I just had to stay focused. So what we had to do is stay focused on the prize and just keep doing what we need to do to make things work. I began to try to get information from different people, but a lot of times they either wasn't interested, and if they couldn't get anything out of it, they didn't take the time or waste the time with you because they had other agendas. Some had hidden agendas, and if it didn't benefit them, they didn't, or let's say they wasn't really interested in what you was doing. And I learned then that if I had money, I could do much better, but since I didn't have the money that I needed, I had to work with what I had and do the best I could with what I had. So in learning in business that there are going to be some people that's with you, there are going to be people that say they're with you, but once again, it's not what people say, it's what they do. And I began to reach out and reach out and reach out until I couldn't reach no more. I found a friend of mine that was opening up a business, and I really didn't have a whole lot myself, but I began to share with him and try to help him get up off the ground, because I knew if I could help him, it might become a time when he'll be able to help me as well. And doing that, he made what I call a pimp decision, because when his business started making money, he made a decision to take the money that he was making and get into more or less vanity. I had hustled up enough money at one time, and I bought a 1985 Dodge Caravan to haul inventory in. And he went and bought, that was in 1997, he went and bought a 97 Chrysler. And for the life of me, I understood what was going on, but I just couldn't understand how could he make a decision like that. But like I said, based upon consequences, based upon the decisions that you make brings about the consequences. And unfortunate for him, he lasted about 2 years or so, and then he went out of business. And thank God I've been able to, from reaching out to people, I'm still reaching, and every now and then somebody would reach back, and I try to tell the story. A lot of times people like to be recognized. They like to be recognized for what they do. They like to be stroked. They like to be patted on the shoulder and appreciated. But often I tell people, you really don't have to go through all of that. People don't have to know who did this or how it got done, as long as the job got done. And I tell people that I've been blessed, because what I have to share, I went to school, I got out of high school, I wasn't able to go to college, but God gave me a gift of doing business and how to do business. And once I began to do business, I began to share. And I never really wanted to be out front. As long as the job got done, that was the most important thing to me. And I was talking to my friend in London one day about the beam in a building or in a church or in a business. And I was telling her about people come in your business, they come in the church or they come in a big office, and they recognize and they see the beauty of the building, the beauty of the church, beauty of the store, all the inventory, the nice stuff that's there. But no one actually go down in the basement and look around and among the cartwheels and the dust and the storage stuff that they got down there. Well, right in the midst of all of that, there are pillows and beams. And the beams in that pillow, don't nobody realize that if it wasn't for the beams and the pillows down there, just doing their own thing, standing and holding up that building, the building would collapse. It would fold. And I often tell that story, and I tell that because I find myself sometimes would like to be just like the beam. You don't have to know that I'm down there. You don't have to know that I'm doing anything. You don't even have to know that I'm holding it up. Just let me be a being where I can reach out and touch someone and share with someone the story, how I came about, why I'm still here, and how the Lord has been blessing me over these years. And we always put our family first. We said charity begins at home. And it do. Charity begins at home and then spreads abroad. You can't take care of someone else's stuff and not take care of your own. So you have to be able to reach out, make sure you take care of the things that you need to take care of at home, and then reach out to other people. My wife told me once that, maybe you should just get a real job. And I told her I understood, but the Lord didn't give you this vision. He gave it to me. No one sees the dream but the dreamer. So I have to do what he gave me to do and do it the way he showed me how to do it. And I haven't regretted it. We haven't been hungry. We always had something and been able to make a dollar one way or the other. I believe in working. I've been working ever since I was I say about 13, 14 years old, and I always wanted to have something. I was born down south, and I used to ask my neighbors, could I take the garbage out? Could I go to the store for them? Could I do anything that I could do just to, to make a few extra dollars? During that period of time, a dollar was a whole lot of money. My allowance was a quarter a week. Some of you probably laugh at that. A quarter a week? Yep, a quarter a week. And actually, they would give us 50 cents because we would go to the show for a quarter and go to have a quarter to spend on refreshments. And that just made our little day. But I learned to appreciate what I have. I learned to look forward to spending and earning for myself. I believe in that if we just took the time out and focus on what we can do for ourselves, and once we get ourselves together, then we can reach out and help somebody else, and then you got two people that's doing something, and then they reach out and help somebody else, and then it becomes a domino effect. At least that's what we want it to become anyway. And like I said, once again, I thank London Doors Washington, for helping me. And if it wasn't for her, I think to come back full circle for us to get back together and her to reach out to me and see the need, because I don't think anyone else would have been able to get me to do this but her. And I thank you, London. I appreciate you and your family. May God continue to bless you, uplift you, and meet your needs. And this is John Beverly, located on 7735 Harper Avenue, the Accumulant Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one. One brick, one block. One brick, one building, one block at a time. And today is self-determination. No one have to drive like you have. Drive forward and keep going. And no matter what you do, don't ever give up. Thank you for listening. John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience. Have a happy, prosperous, healthy New Year. God bless you, and thanks for listening.
John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.
Join the V-Mogul Club ADI Virtual Acting Group from anywhere in the world. All are welcome. Donate and subscribe to support and access our entertaining dramas. Email londondoris@gmail.com. That's LONDENDORIS@gmail.com, or call 248-701-0885 or 1-800-875-0674.
Donate anytime at LONDENWA. That's Cash App, LONDENWA. Thank you for your support.